Warning, you are now about to be a willing victim of the Odysseus effect.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Hi there, gang. You caught me in the middle of my ecstasy rave. Ecstasy. It's the love drug. Makes sex feel good. Why do you think I got this cat? Yep. I need a girlfriend because I'm getting tired of fucking these cats. I don't like it. I don't like to fuck cats. And I know the cats don't like it. You know how I know the cats don't like it? Because one of them died. That's fucked up. Making jokes about fucking cats to death. I'm a loser. Yeah, somebody fucking marry me, dude, and I'll fucking fuck your cat to death. Fucking make that kitty purr. Anyway, you want out, kitty? I'll let this cat out, because that's what you do to sex slaves. You free them. I'm going to touch on sex slaves in a little bit. Go, kitty. Go. Get out of here. Get out of here. More ecstasy for that cat. Alright, guys. What up? It's your boy Odysseus. I decided to play with the fucking strobe light and shit. Check me out. I'm unprepared. Be right back. This sucks. Sorry. You get what you pay for, guys. You get what you pay for. Alright. Got my coffee, got my notes. You guys like my jacket? I put some patches on it. Fucking Superman, Batman, American flag. Got the cross over my heart protecting me. Jesus. Alright. So I'm actually going to talk about my beliefs because I think a lot of you guys think I'm just like a fucking Christian, you know? Which you could label me a Christian. I believe that Christ was a good man and that everything he said was true. But my beliefs get so deep, guys, and I'm about to blow your fucking minds open with the truth. I don't know where to start because, like I said, my beliefs are very deep. I'm going to take this jacket off because it's fucking hot in here. Or is it just me? I'm funny and I'm full of myself. Alright, so this is where I'm going to start, guys. In the beginning. Just like God did. So, I have in my hands here 2 Bibles. King James, New Living Translation, or New World Translation of the Holy Scripture. King James, like the classic old fucking Shakespearean sounding shit. I'm going to read from the Bible. And, yeah, I'm going to read from Genesis, which I believe is a factual account. And I will get more into that. Not necessarily a factual account of the creation of the earth, but the earth as we know it. So right here, this is something that most people, you're going to want to get your Bibles out and fucking check it yourself because you're not going to believe it. Put my cigarette out for this shit. Okay, so Genesis. Genesis 1, which starts off, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:26. Then God said, let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish and sea and the birds and the air and the livestock, blah, 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 blah. Just a bunch of old fucking Bible shit. Us. Christianity is a monotheistic religion, which means they believe in one God. One creator, one guy did all this. You know? Should I take the hat off? No, I got hat hair. Leave it on. So, us. Who the fuck is us? Right? God's the creator. He's the sole creator. One God. That's like the deepest belief in Christianity. My deepest belief, if I had to compress everything into one sentence, that God is love. And that says that in the Bible too, 2 times in a row. I want to say it's 1 John 1:4, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but quote me on God is love is in there. It's in there twice, one right after another. Bam, bam, God is love. So, yeah, this us. Who's us? that they're quoting in the Bible. The creators. So, if God's not one guy and he's us, does that mean there's a race of gods? I think, and this is, I'm about to lose all you guys. You guys are about to say, oh, this is fucking crazy. First, I want to give shout outs to 3 people who really helped me when I'm like talking about like my beliefs and shit, helped me shape my beliefs. One, Matt Woody, we had a good conversation on the phone the other day. I told him about this us shit, and he was like, huh? April Hall, she's real spiritual and into like fucking like psychic shit and stuff, and I am too. And the homie, who doesn't want me to ever say his name again on the podcast because he's embarrassed to know me, I guess, whatever. I don't know. But the homie, he's real fucking read up on the Bible, dude. Like, he knows his shit, and we can bounce ideas off each other. So, before I believed in God, which I only found God this last year, I've always believed in aliens, because just look out there, dude. You telling me there ain't one other planet out there with some fucking peeps on it, you know? Get real. Yeah, right. No way. Impossible. There's aliens. But the reason aliens and religion conflict is because if there's aliens out there, that means they're probably more advanced than us, and if they're more advanced than us, then we're not the special things created by God that we think we are. Get out of your own ass, motherfuckers. Aliens are the us. Aliens are the angels. They fly. They know the wisdom of the universe. They communicate telepathically, and that's important because up until I put all these beliefs together, God talks to me sometimes, and I know I sound crazy. That sounds insane, right? I'll have what can only be referred to as a revelation. I'll be asking God directly in a prayer to enlighten me, and He will just drop a nugget in my head, dude, and like, and it's not like a thing I think of, and then I think of another thought, and I think of another thought, and I think of another thought. It's like I get the end game in my head, and then I gotta peel it back like a fucking onion and find out what it all means. It's not like I'm building up an idea. It's like, boop, boosh. And I think sometime this last year there was a polar shift, I'm pretty sure. Like, that's factual scientific shit. And when you fuck with the magnetic waves of the earth, you fuck with everything in tune with it. And we are so in tune with this earth, you don't even know. Society just brainwashes us into thinking we're fucking creatures of society. But we're not. We are fucking creatures of this earth. We are all one in that. So when you throw off the magnetic field, everybody's brainwaves start changing a little bit. My consciousness has been just being blown open every day. Every time I ask to be enlightened, I get it. To the point where I'm pretty scared to keep asking, because like sometimes these thoughts are fucking hard to deal with, guys. And okay, so it's aliens. Aliens came down, saw the potential of our Earth, and fucked with our genes. You know, maybe we did come from some kind of monkey type animal, maybe. But yeah. So these aliens made us. See, and that's why I think Jesus is real too. The Virgin Mary was a virgin. She was taken to heaven, by the angels. She got abducted by a fucking alien. They got that bitch pregnant, sent her down with the perfect genes in her, like the perfect man. Out comes Jesus, you know, preaching about love, and God is love. That's what, like, Old Testament God, I think, may be a different race of aliens than the New Testament God, because the Old Testament God wasn't quite as loving as Jesus, you know. He killed everybody with a flood, and he was telling you, like, if they worship other gods, kill them, and shit like that. Jesus says, no, turn your other cheek, enlighten your brother. You know, Jesus is a good man. And because of this, I think, okay, so in the Garden of Eden, there's the people that were created, and then there's the serpent, the dragon, the devil. There's a huge conspiracy out there about a species of reptilian aliens that are actually in control of this fucking world, and it sounds so crazy. Like, I believe a lot of conspiracies. I believe, like, 9/11. I believe JFK. I believe, a lot of shit, because when you look into it, there's motives, serious motives. And but I was like, aliens, reptilian aliens, get real, yeah, right. And then as I became more educated, The third eye, it's big in the Hindu religion. It is actually your pineal gland. It is what produces dimethyltryptamine, the most powerful psychedelic known to man. If you don't believe me, smoke it. For real. And whenever people do this shit, I swear, one of the most common side effects is you either meet God or you meet aliens in your trip. And fluoride calcifies the pineal gland, which makes us not be able to see these things. Everything we see in the world is restricted to our eyeballs, to the visible light spectrum. If it doesn't affect the human eyes, it is invisible to us. It might as well not exist. So there are things in the physical, in this world, that you can't see because they're not made up of the same light. Or, if it's an alien, it is so advanced that it can have cloaking technology, and it can fucking make itself invisible. I know I sound crazy, but these are my beliefs, you know? Fuck it. So yeah, if you look at a reptile's brain, if you like dissect a fucking snake's head and cut open its brain, it has a pineal gland. But its pineal gland has a cornea and a retina, like it's literally a third eye. It's fucking mind-blowing, guys. So these reptiles are in fucking tune. So the devil that came down and the serpent that told Eve to eat the apple came down, and that was a reptilian species of alien, and the story gets twisted. If you look up a lot of like African religions and stuff, like the Egyptians and stuff, they all have fucking snakehead gods and shit, dude. Like, for real. The Egyptians wear those fucking hats to make them look like cobras, dude. Like, there's these fucking reptilian motherfuckers out there, dude. And they have the ability to shapeshift as far as we're concerned. They have mastered like holograms and shit. The royal family, that's why they're so into inbreeding, is because they want to keep their fucking reptilian bloodline pure. The Bush family, there's a reason there's been 2 presidents from that family, and one of them was the fucking director of the CIA when John F. Kennedy was killed. Who else are these alleged reptilians? The Rothschilds. These fucking bankers that rule the fucking world, you know? You ever notice these old motherfuckers get real fucking old and all decrepit, but they never fucking die? You know, what the fuck? Fucking Queen Elizabeth, that bitch is still kicking. She's been the Queen of England since like the fucking 50s. Fucking George Bush Sr., that dude's like falling apart in a wheelchair, but he won't die. Yeah, like, they have access to things that we don't. Okay, so they're all a bunch of fucking aliens. I'm insane. Welcome to the Odysseus effect. But no, for real, like, this world, Genesis says, if you trace it back, it says that the world's about 6,000 years old. Not the case. Anybody with a fucking brain knows that's not the fucking case. But there was an event 6,000 years ago. Planet X, Naribu, or however you say it. It's where the Anunnaki come from. Anunnaki are an ancient race of people who the Sumerians have well documented that they came down and gave them access to the fucking solar system. These people that lived fucking thousands and thousands of years ago, before a telescope, before fucking glass, okay? Like, they had clay tablets, and these tablets had the solar system mapped out on it. Not just all 9 planets, but they were in order according to size. There's no way they could know that. No way, unless somebody fucking told them. The Anunnaki are these reptilians. Their planet is on a different loop, okay? Like, we all moving around the sun in a circle. Theirs is on a giant oval. They're only in our solar system once every 3,000 years. So they came 6,000 years ago, got stuck down here, and that's why in the Bible it says God cursed these snakes to crawl on their bellies, which means he took away their ability to fly, which they talk about a thing called the firmament, I think, is what it's called in the Bible, and it's God put it. It's the atmosphere, effectively, and these aliens put that there so nothing can come in and out. Nothing can come in and out, and you have to believe in another conspiracy to believe this. But like, we never went to the fucking moon. Look into it. NASA says they lost all the fucking footage. NASA says that they lost all the fucking plans for the rover. They're like, listen, you ain't getting no evidence from us. And then if you look at astronauts in the International Space Station, they say that you can't get through the Van Ives radiation belt, or whatever it's called. And they're like, literally, anything that goes through that just gets fucking destroyed. We lack the technology to get out of our own atmosphere. Astronauts will tell you that. A fucking astronaut. So we didn't go to the fucking moon. So these aliens put in place, like the video game Halo, where they put a giant halo around the Earth. In the video game, it's a bomb. But these aliens put this there, and it's literally a force field around our fucking planet so that these fucking reptilians can't come down, because these reptilians are fucking evil. But there's some of them that are stuck here, and that's where the Nephilim come from. Nephilim in the Bible is a half angel, half human hybrid. Half alien, half human hybrid. That's why you see all these fucking... And okay, when two things have a baby, they're not supposed to have a baby, there are mutations. Look into a liger. A liger is a real animal. Mama tiger, daddy lion. But they can't, a tiger and a lion can't fucking have a baby, but their DNA is so compatible that if you splice them together, that thing can live like a full life. But it's born sterile, which means it cannot have a baby of its own, and when you crossbreed these two animals, it loses the gene to stop growing. So this liger keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger until like it's so big that like its heart fails pretty much like later in life. So when an alien has sex with a human and they have a baby, these Nephilim are sterile. Nephilim can't have babies. Like that's in the Bible too. And they get bigger and bigger and bigger. Like look around the fucking world. There's all these giant bones, dude. Like I'm talking like 15 to 30 foot humans. Like it's a human skull, just 3 times as big as anyone you've ever seen. Fucking forearms this fucking long. Like these things are fucking huge. They used to be all around museums and shit. Like they used to fucking be like, look at these little weird motherfuckers, you know? And people were like, yeah, that's really weird, to the point where it started creeping people out and museums started getting fucking hate mail being like, listen, I don't want to see these fucking 30-foot people. That's fucking weird, you know? Because it destroys their beliefs. They're like, well, who the fuck was that guy, you know? Who the fuck is that polar bear-sized motherfucker, you know? Like, Nephilim. Aliens. It's all the same, guys. It's all the same. And I know I sound crazy, but like this is real shit. Real shit. This world is so much older than we think it is. You look at these megalithic structures, megalithic structures means something that's so big, it's like preposterously big. We're like, how did they even make it? It's that large. We didn't. Nephilim did. The pyramids, we're always like, that doesn't make sense. How the fuck somebody made that 2,000 years ago? Even if you use a fucking crane that we have today. But if it was a fucking alien that's a giant and has fucking powers, pretty fucking easy to make a fucking pyramid, right? Woo, this shit is fucking deep, right? Oh, man. Yeah, just, the Egyptians were on something. If fucking Alexander the Great, dude, when he fucking went on his tour fucking people up, you know, he would burn down your library, you know? It's like, haha, you never existed, haha, white people rule the world, haha. And it's like, you piece of shit, dude. Like, imagine if we had access to the Egyptian library. Imagine the shit they wrote down, you know? If just the fucking shit they painted on the walls is this fucking cool, imagine the shit that they were like, make sure everybody knows about this shit, you know? Like, fucking Alexander the Great. What a piece of shit. Alexander the Not So Great. That was dumb, sorry. Alright. I could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about this shit, because it gets so deep, dude. Antarctica, alright? That's the fucking key to all of this. You can't go to Antarctica, did you know that? Well, you can. There's one resort in Antarctica where it's like, if you fucking get on a plane to Antarctica, this is the only place you're allowed to go. And it's just like, you get to go to this really nice hotel, and you're allowed to go outside, but not too far. Once you go far into Antarctica, it's like Area 51. There's fucking fences up all around it, and it says like, if you cross this fence, we'll fucking kill you. Like, that's what's going on in Antarctica. Antarctica, we know it to be a landmass. It's a continent. It's not. The North Pole is just as frozen solid as Antarctica is frozen solid, but Antarctica is mapped out. We know it to have land under it, even though it's fully frozen. You know, it doesn't make sense. How do we know it's there? That's Antarctica is Atlantis. Atlantis, Antarctica. I think that's where white folks came from, dude. Like, white folks hail from the cold places, you know, like fucking, you know, like Norway and Sweden and fucking Greenland and all that shit. That's where, like, you know, up there. And I think that's where they came from, Antarctica, you know, because it's fucking cold there. And I think when this polar shift happens, because like the Ice Age, there used to be a bunch of, like a mile thick sheet of ice over North America, and it's not here anymore. You know, there used to be woolly mammoths walking around this fucking continent. It's not there anymore. There's a Stonehenge at the bottom of Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan. There's a Stonehenge-like structure with carvings of woolly mammoths on it that they date to 10,000 years ago. So this world's constantly changing, just not in enough time for us to take it in one generation. But this research is out there, this history is out there. Like, when you put all this shit together, it starts making a really clear picture about how our planet, we've destroyed this planet before with nukes, I believe. Like, and I think that's why the aliens come down. Because, like, if you look at all the alien activity, it all started, like, Roswell and all that shit started right after World War II. Right after we fucking started nuking motherfuckers. They came in and they were like, whoa, 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 guys. Not again. You know, you're going to fuck up the planet. And you're all going to have to go into hiding for 10,000 years and rebuild everything, you know. And so I think these aliens, if you can master space travel, I think you can probably achieve light speed, which means you can time travel. Which means I think that somebody was sent back in time to save the world, because we were heading towards World War III, you know, it was like inevitable. And I think that whoever the powers that be were got Donald Trump elected. For real. Because that dude is exactly, he's acting like we're going to get into nuclear war, but we needed somebody to do that, to avoid a nuclear war. Because fucking North Korea's over there, like, threatening us with nukes. Like, imagine if Hillary Clinton was president. She's like, oh, nonviolence, nonviolence. They would try to fucking use one of them nukes, dude. But Trump's like, listen here, you piece of shit. Like, you guys aren't shit. We will literally blow your fucking country off the goddamn map. You know, scorched earth, motherfucker. You're a crater full of seawater now. You want that? That's what happens. Keep talking shit. We need somebody to throw our fucking big old American dick on the table and show them what the fuck's up. I don't support Trump that much, but I think it was a necessary evil. And I think he's hilarious. He clearly is trying to be funny sometimes, and it's fucking funny. Yeah, it's funny. Alright, I'm going to stop talking about my beliefs. I've been talking for like 22 minutes about it. So yeah, those are my beliefs. Hit me up on Messenger, dude. I got videos that, like, literally, like, when you watch them, it gives you a headache because it's, like, undeniably true. And you're like, oh, fuck, you know? They really fucking warp your brain. So only ask me for that video if you want your fucking beliefs to be uprooted like mine were, you know? Because I was sitting back here reading the Bible, you know, trying to be, like, fucking all fucking holy and shit. And then I was like, fucking aliens. So, yeah, just my 2 cents. What the fuck do I know, you know? I'm just some fucking mad genius druggie who's sober. Check me out. Alright, so I know I told you guys that I was going to stop doing podcasts and just do my little short videos because those are going to go viral, but I was like, literally, I was like, you want a podcast? Beg me. Get on your knees and beg me. So here I am. Nobody begged me. The reason I wanted to do this is because what kind of hypocrite would I be if I didn't keep talking about human trafficking? Alright, so here we go about human trafficking. It's a really fucking big issue. Sex slavery is what it is. They call it human trafficking because they're trafficking humans like drugs, but the whole business is sex slavery. Okay, so first question you might have is, how does it happen? How does human trafficking even happen? Like, how do you become a sex slave? What they do is they get you in debt with them, okay? They will they'll get you in debt with them. Like I said in my podcast, the first one when I was uncovering this shit, they tried to, I did a bunch of drugs with these guys one day, but I made sure to throw down on the drugs because I was like, I'm not getting in debt with these motherfuckers. No, I'm not about to do a bunch of drugs and then be like, you just did $500 in drugs. You gotta fucking, you know. I was like, here's $10 on the table. I threw down, you know. And then they tried to give me a whore. And then when I said no to the whore, they thought, maybe he doesn't like this whore, maybe he's gay, and they tried to give me a male whore. And I was like, guys, one, you have an alarming access to whores, and two, sorry, I don't fuck prostitutes, you know, not my thing. It's kind of gross, you know. If you don't want this dick, I don't want you to have it, you know. So yeah. And if I would have had sex with one of those people, they would have then, when I tried to leave, been like, you owe us money. And they knew I didn't have any money, so I would have then in turn been stuck there in fear, because these guys have like brass knuckles and baseball bats and knives and shit. Like, they would have intimidated me into sticking around, and then I would have ended up being one of the people they were fucking giving away to fuck, you know? Most of the people in sex slavery are girls, though. It's a $31 billion a year industry. That's how much the sex trade makes. It is second, as far as crime goes, only to drug trafficking, which is $32 billion a year. And when you think about how These people that traffic fucking humans are also trafficking drugs and also dealing drugs. These two people, like these two businesses are one and the same. So it's really like a fucking, what is that, $63 billion a year industry. There's a lot of money on the fucking table, you know, they're willing to kill for it. That's why I planned on using, like, calling out people, like using names and doing weird shit, but then I remembered that these people kill people. And the way they kill you is, like, these people I met specifically, I'm talking about, are murderers. Like, they, once you piss them off or once they get scared that you're going to tell, they take you camping. They say, they make you think everything's cool and you're fucking friends, and they're like, hey, dude, let's get a fucking big bag of drugs and go fucking camping. And they take you out in the fucking woods, and only they return from the camping trip. I know where some fucking bodies are. See, this is the type of shit, like, it drives me insane, guys. Like, I barely got out alive, dude. I'm not even joking. Okay. So 80% of human trafficking sex slaves are women and girls. 50% of that 80% are underage. The average age of a sex slave is 12 to 14. Fucking kids, guys. Like, they're fucking kidnapping these kids. That's why I met a fucking 14-year-old girl that was addicted to needles, dude. And I was telling her, I was like, listen, dude, I overcame heroin. You can do it too. Let's get you sober and get you out of here, girl. And they were all telling me she was 18 because they knew I wasn't, like, when I turned down the whores, they're like, fuck, we can't let him know we got an underage whore. You know, he'll probably not like that either. Because I don't. I don't fucking like it. And, they keep this girl fucking addicted, dude. Like, they keep her on drugs so that they can pimp her out on Craigslist. Because she's scared to run away because she's got free drugs and she's addicted. How fucked up is that, dude? She told me that she had been shooting up for 4 years, but she told me she was 18. I found out she was 14, which means they had this girl shooting up at 10 years old. How fucked up is that? How fucked up is that? Most fucked up thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. 42% of the recruiters, like, they send people out there, like the people I told you they were looking for me, and they use that girl as bait, because, like, I feel bad, like, saying that she was beautiful because she was 14, but, like, she had, like, she looked so innocent and so pure, and then to find out, like, what she had been through, like, she seemed like an adult because she's been through some grown-ass shit, dude, you know, like, fucking shooting up drugs and being pimped out, like, that shit don't happen to kids. That makes you grow up real fucking quick. And, I feel so bad. I tried to save these people, and I couldn't get them away because they were scared to leave for several reasons, and it's just so fucking sad. I've been talking to one of the guys involved out there, and he's a really smart guy. Like, he's like me. Like, whenever it would just be me and him alone, I would try to pick his brain because I was like, you're real smart, you're very aware, you're conscious, you know, like, what's going on here, dude? At one point, it was just me, this smart guy, and the fucking 14-year-old girl, and everybody else had left, and I trusted these people because they were the only ones that, like, were never tried to threaten me, or they were decent folks, you know? And, I was like, what the fuck is going on here, guys? Like, somebody fucking tell me. I was like, I know, since I got you guys here, you guys will be honest. And the smart guy is fucking scared. And, because he's been kidnapped. I saw him just come up missing one day. Like, me and one of these girls I was trying to save and him were all up in the fucking upstairs of this hotel. And, I'm like, making sure nobody tries to fucking steal this fucking girl, dude, because she's fucking in fear of her life. And, we fall asleep and we wake up and the fucking smart dude's just fucking gone, dude. But all his shit's there, like, but spread out. Like, it looked like a fucking struggle, dude. Like, somebody came and straight snatched him the fuck up. And I talked to him about it on Facebook. I was like, what happened, dude? And he was like, some people we know came and got me, dude. And I was like, against your will? He's like, well, they gave me 2 Xanax bars earlier in the day and waited for me to pass out and just came and picked me up. And I was like, oh my god, dude. Like, this is the type of people that I'm fucking dealing with out there, dude. I barely got out alive. Barely. And, yeah. But yeah, they recruit people. 42% of the recruiters are women, which I thought, the only reason I'm saying that is just because, like, that's alarming to me that, like, a woman could do that to another woman, you know? Like, you think you'd be, like, bros about it, you know? Like, hey, you got a vagina, I got a vagina. neither one of us like getting raped, you know? Like, whatever. Psychos out there of both sexes. Because, yeah, I mean, on the flip side of that, it's what, 58% are men, so I'm not saying men are fucking sin-free in this. Okay. So every year, 2,000 people are smuggled into this country from Canada against their will from other countries. Like, they get brought to Canada and then snuck over our border and get sold into sex slavery. 50,000 a year come into this country in shipping containers. Like, some fucking Chinese motherfuckers just pack a shipping container full of human beings and fucking put it on a ship. Like, well, that's the same, like, it's slavery, the same shit we did to fucking black folks back in the day, dude. Like, put them on a boat and take them over here and then rape the shit out of them. Like, that's what the fuck's going on in our country. Still, 2018, kids are being raped. There's estimated 30 million in sex slavery all over the world. Yeah, they estimate that there's roughly 60,000 sex slaves in the United States right now. Of course, these are estimates because it's fucking hard to get a head count on sex slaves when they're in dungeons. Sorry, I'm not trying to be funny. This shit fucks my head up, and sometimes the only thing I can do is laugh. I'm about done talking about it because when I think about it too long, it really fucks my head up. Like, I met these people. I looked into the eyes of these people. I built relationships with these people and tried to save their lives. And I eventually got to the point where it's like, I gotta leave. I'm gonna fucking die. You know? So I had to get out of there. So, yeah. I wanted to show you pictures of these girls, guys, because, like, they're beautiful. And I'm friends with them on Facebook. And I just wanted you to be able to see them, and so you'd have a face to relate to this, because, like, when I see these girls, I couldn't help but want to help them, you know, I was willing to die to help them, and I figured if I could show you their faces, that maybe that would help you have a heart about the issue, but that's not my place to do that. I've said too much of their business to show you their face, you know, like, it's really fucking sad. If you don't believe me, if you think that, like, all this is, like, a crazy fucking psychosis, or, like, because I got smashed in the face with a rock, I just made all this nonsense up. I left Colorado on Halloween. That was the night of my flight, October 31st, which is a scary day to fly, you know? You're like, fuck, Devil's Night. The plane's going down, you know? But, and I Googled human trafficking Colorado the other day, and the first result I saw, it was a news article published on my birthday, actually, November 21st of last year, 2017, and it said, local Colorado man sentenced to 472 years in prison for sex trafficking. 472 years. You ever heard about that in your life? No. They'll give you like 100 years to life just in case you live 100 years, you know, because some people live to be 120 and shit. So, like, they're like, just in case, we'll give you 100 years. 472 fucking years. That's how fucking dead to rights they had this motherfucker. They caught him with fucking slaves, dude. And if I wish I could show a picture of this guy. I just don't have it. Because, like, fuck him, I'll put him on blast. He's in prison. What the fuck's he gonna do to me, you know? Just, you look in his eyes and no soul. Total sociopath. Like, you're like, wow, dude, wow. Like, of course that guy had sex slaves, you know? He looks like the fucking devil. Yeah, and then they show all these fucking sex slaves that testified against him and shit, and, like, they all look so... I didn't know these people that they showed, but they looked fucking familiar, you know? Like, they looked just like the one girl I was telling you that I loved. And, you know, like, you can tell they go after a certain look, you know? Like, they go after sexy-looking girls, you know? Nobody wants a fucking fat sex slave, you know? Like, it's whatever. I'm done talking about this. I need to fucking smoke some pot, but I don't have any, because fucking Devin ain't fucking being a homie. Yeah, alright. I love you guys. Trying to raise awareness for human trafficking. I'm going to attach a link to the video. If you have any extra money, just a couple bucks, you know, just fucking give it up, like, because it's fucking disgusting what's going on. And, I love you guys. If you guys have any sex slaves, let them go. Come on, please. I'm begging you. Don't be an asshole. Yeah. It's your boy Odysseus. No watch today. Didn't feel like being flashy. I don't need it, you know. some days I'd take this necklace off, but it's like the fucking clasp is broke, so it's like literally stuck. Like the only way to take this off is for me to break it, and like I don't want to. It's not just a cross either. It's a. Here, I'll let you look at it. It's a Celtic cross. It's like a Celtic knot because I'm part Irish. I'm part Irish and part Choctaw. So it's I got like red and black in my beard and shit. Like if you get real close, I'm Irish and Choctaw and English. But like, what does English mean really? Because that's like a, it's not really like a race. Irish is a race. Native American's a race, but like English is nationality. Yeah. I'm Odysseus. It's your boy out here. Stay up, y'all. Stay conscious. Stay woke. Peel back that veil. Stop using fluoride for real. My toothpaste is made out of clay and fucking mint leaves, dude. Like, I ain't fucking drinking your fucking sink water, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Nazis invented fluoride. Look into that. Alright. Love, love, love.